Hi, my name is Mrs. Kelter, and I'm one of the counselors at Century Academy. Today, we're going to be doing part 2 of our stress management lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we will get started. So let's see. Here we go. So today, we're going to be talking about part 2 of our stress management plan. And last week, if you remember, we talked about causes of stress. We talked about how school, fights with parents or siblings can definitely cause stress. When we're in fights with friends, that can be very stressful. Social media can be very stressful. The illness or death of a loved one can be extremely stressful. Or just simply the worry we have in our head. Sometimes our negative self-talk can cause a lot of stress for us. We also talked about symptoms of stress, and it can be aches and pains in the body. It can be stomach issues. It can be chest pain or rapid heart rate. Sometimes we're just more emotional, more easy to cry or get irritable. Sometimes it shows up with our sleep. It's hard to fall asleep, or we just sleep a lot. Procrastination can be another sign of stress as well. So today what we're going to talk about is our stress management plan. We're going to focus on the 4 parts. First, tackling the problem. Second, taking care of our bodies. Third, dealing with emotions. And fourth, helping others. So first off, we're going to tackle the problem. A lot of people just try to ignore the problem, and this doesn't necessarily make the problems go away. So it's important to address the problem and deal with it. People who cope by trying to fix the problems tend to be much more emotionally healthy. When it comes to completing homework and chores and things like that, the sooner we can get it done, then we don't have to worry about it anymore. So sometimes just dealing with a problem, whether it's fighting with your parents or friends, can certainly reduce some stress. Another way to tackle the problem is to avoid stress when possible. Sometimes there's certain people or relationships that cause us a lot of stress. So if possible, avoid those people or those interactions that cause stress. Certain places and things can be stressful, as well as certain memories can cause a lot of stress. So if possible, it can be helpful to avoid those situations or people. Another good way to tackle the problem is to focus on the things we can control. There's a lot of things we can't control, whether it's our parents, other people's opinions, our homework, our teachers, exams, where you live, how other people behave. So sometimes it's really important just to think about what can I control? And those are your attitudes, your thoughts, how you approach things, your behavior, being responsible and respectful to others. So just focusing on what you can control can really help reduce our stress and letting go of the things you just can't control. Secondly, important way to address stress is to take care of your body. And exercising can be a very important part of your stress management plan. Certainly when we get stressed, our body sometimes is screaming to run. And so it can be helpful to get exercise, get those deep breaths going that kind of releases a lot of that stress. So exercise can be a very important piece of your stress management plan. Another way to take care of your body is with active relaxation, yoga, deep breathing. There's a lot of really good apps out there to help you with the deep breathing, and it might be the 4-count breathing or 16-count breathing. You also might hear it as tactical breathing, where you breathe in 2, 3, 4, hold it 2, 3, 4, breathe out 2, 3, 4, hold it 2, 3, 4. That slow, deep breathing can really let go of a lot of that stress that we store inside of our body. Meditation, a warm, long bath or showers can just help us relax and let go of some of the stuff that's causing stress for us. Or simply imagining yourself in a peaceful and relaxing place. Another important part of taking care of your body is to eat well. So good nutrition and helps you stay alert through the day. People who eat junk food or lots of sugar, you might have highs and lows, and your energy levels are going to drop through the day. So it's important to eat fruits and vegetables, keep your body strong so your body has the strength to deal with whatever stress is getting thrown your way. Of course, sleeping and getting enough sleep is important as well. So it's the way just to fuel your body and give your body the strength to deal with things. So it's important to try to go to sleep at the same time every night. Try to exercise 4 to 6 hours before going to bed, turning off electronics. A lot of us will lay in bed and stay on our phone for hours, it can be sometimes. So important to turn off the electronics, get a good night's sleep. I know as teens, sometimes your sleep cycle gets totally out of whack. So it's important to get enough sleep and take care of yourself. The third part of managing our stress is dealing with our emotions. And for some of us, we like to let go of some of the stuff that we're storing inside with creative outlets, whether that's drawing, playing music, singing, playing guitar, writing poetry or journaling. For some of us, it's just talking to someone, talking to a friend, talking to an adult, talking to a counselor, getting whatever we're worried about or stressed about off our chest. For some people, prayer and meditation can be very helpful. And for some of us, we just need to laugh or cry and get those emotions out. Another way of dealing with our emotions is to take instant vacations. Listening to music. Some of us have certain playlists that we like listening to when we're feeling sad or upset. For some of us, we just need to check out for a little bit, and that might be playing a video game, watching TV, going to the park and just taking a walk, taking a warm bath, or reading a good book. And finally, a good way to deal with our stress is actually to help others. Sometimes we become so consumed with our own lives and what we're dealing with that it just becomes all consuming. So it's helpful to help others, and it helps us realize that sometimes other people have it a lot worse off than we do. So taking the focus off of ourselves and what we might be dealing with can be really helpful. And it's important to realize that you can make a tremendous difference in other people's lives. And sometimes the role of the teenager is to recognize that the mistakes that other adults make and how you can make the world a better place. So sometimes stress gets overwhelming and it's important to turn for help. And so when is it time to turn for help? It can be when your grades are dropping, you're too stressed, you're procrastinating, you're worrying a lot, you feel sad and hopeless, you're tired all the time, you easily get moody or angry, irritable, or you're using unhealthy coping strategies to deal with your stress. So I just want to make sure that all of you know that we have a wonderful counseling team here at Century Academy. Again, I'm one of the counselors here, Mrs. Kelter. We also have Mrs. Rachels, who's wonderful, another one of our school counselors, and our wellness counselor is amazing, Mrs. Carl. So we're all here to help however we can. We also have resources we can share with you in the community that you might find helpful as well. So if there's anything that we can do to help reduce some of your stress, we're here. So sometimes kids don't realize that there's ways to deal with some of the problems and they just deal with it on their own. So I definitely encourage you to reach out and get help because sometimes there's some easy solutions. So to finish up our lesson for today, I want you to think about what is your stress management plan? We all have stress. So what helps you when things get stressful? Does it help you to get out and exercise? Does it help to listen to music? Sometimes our pets can be very therapeutic and just spending time with a dog or cat can just help us feel better. talking to friends. Sometimes for some of us, going on a hike or going to the beach can be very helpful. You know, eating better, sleeping, getting our sleep cycles back. I want you to think about what are the 4 things that help you when you're feeling stressed. So just take a moment, maybe write those 4 things down, and just have a list so you have some go-tos when you're feeling stressed. And so we're just going to go ahead and finish up our presentation today. Here's some references from today's presentation. And I just want to encourage you to reach out for help if you need it. We're all here to help, and hope you have a good week. All right, take care.